Good morning, everybody. Here we are, TGIF Friday, February 5th. Uh, and yet again, it is snowing. I feel like it's been the week of snow. Every morning I wake up, it's snowing. Not too much accumulation is expected today, but we'll see. Who knows? Okay, so I'm sure that was a little girl that said we were disconnected, we were offline. So I'm going to try to make this quick. Here's today's devotional. And yet again, we got to try to work with this internet company and try to get this figured out because, yeah. God of purpose, Matthew 20:28. He came to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many. Jesus refused to be guided by anything other than his high call. His heart was purposeful. Most lives aim at nothing in particular and achieve it. Jesus aimed at one goal, to save humanity from its sin. He could summarize his life with one sentence. The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. Luke 19:10. Jesus was so focused on his task that he knew when to say, "It is finished." John 19:30. But he was not so focused on his goal that he was unpleasant. Quite the contrary. How pleasant were his thoughts. Children couldn't resist him. He could find beauty in the lilies, joy in worship, and possibilities in problems. He would spend days with multitudes of sick people and still feel sorry for them. He spent over 3 decades wading through the muck and the mire of our sin, and yet still saw enough beauty in us to die for our mistakes. His heart was purposeful. He aimed at one goal, to save humanity from its sins. The Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. Oh, and how grateful I am. He came to seek and save the lost. Jesus spent his adult life in his ministry wandering through the muck and the mire and the brokenness of this life to seek and save everyone, to seek and save the lost. And the reality is, we are all lost if we do not have God in our hearts. But Christ came and he fixed all of that by giving himself as a ransom. And during his earthly ministry, he didn't lose sight of that goal, and he kept feeding the multitudes. He kept working with the disciples. He kept healing people and working his miracles. And sometimes that is hard to focus. I've only been ministering for a short time, and in the midst of the pandemic, I found it challenging sometimes. And sometimes I have lost sight of that goal, and I've lost inspiration. And it's a roller coaster. But with God's help, I keep moving forward. Not for myself, but for anybody that I can help. If I can make one person smile, it was all worth it. If I could bring one person to Christ, it was all worth it. But the earthly muck and mire of this year has been pretty tough. Well, 2020 and then 2021 is shaping up to be much the same. So while we're doing our ministry and being representatives of Christ, let us not lose sight of the goal, which is Christ. What did C.S. Lewis once say? Probably get this quote wrong, but if you seek Christ, you will find him, and with him, you will find everything else. So everybody go and have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Enjoy the snow.